All right, green-white enchantment. So the other day, we had played a more aggressively slanted build of green-white that was leaning on cards like All That Glitters to run people down. This build is a more mid-rangey build that's looking to end the game primarily with Archon of Sun's Grace, but we do also have Setessan Champion here, as well as Starfield Mystic that can pump things up a little bit. There's 4 copies of Kenrith's transformation, for those of you that haven't seen enough elks to last a lifetime. This card's kind of neat. Not only does it make the thing an elk, but it draws a card when it comes into play too, so gives you a little bit more velocity to kind of push your way through your deck, drawing some more cards. So interested to see how this build goes. Maybe give some reflection on how it feels versus the more aggressively slanted build we had played the other day. I feel like my gut says that I kind of expect the more aggressively slanted build to be better, but I want to get some reps in and see if that works out that way. I know Calix is good, but where do you think its potential lies in Standard? So, one of the decks that we're going to get to tomorrow or Sunday is something we've played once before that's up on my website called I called it Black-White Calix. And I think, you know, something a little bit more controlling this card tends to shine. Although I guess it was okay in the aggro deck we played the other day too. I guess the answer is I don't really know. Card's kind of flexible. Generating card advantage is good for aggro decks in the attrition matchups, and he's a soft removal spell, which is nice. You gonna play this on the ladder? Yeah, I found out I was wrong. My ladder rank doesn't matter this month. So we're just playing everything on the ladder. I could have Binding of the Titans after I played this if I played my planes first, but I kind of want a Binding after I Archon. Opponent's build is interesting. A little bit more interactive Sultai deck, perhaps. So Spinner here, making our creatures and enchantment spells uncounterable. And then Archon says whenever a enchantment enters the battlefield under our control, we get a 2/2 Pegasus. Oh, the fact that these enchantment creatures are enchantments has been so brutal against these Casualties of War deck. We had Daxos be a little bit punishing for us in that respect a couple of times. We had one good Pioneer deck this morning and one bad Pioneer deck. So the green Stompy deck is arguably one of the best decks in the format, I think. I think I'm just gonna Binding of the Titans here twice. Pick some dorks back up from our bin. Oh, this can mill into Sentinel's eyes too. That's great. It's a little bit scary to mill them twice at this point in the game, because if they hit an Uro, they could escape it back. However, these do clear out their graveyard a little bit next turn, which is nice. Yeah, I'm in for Banishing Light. Toss a prime to your Twitcher, oh Valley of Bezos. I think calling, what's it called? Calling Casualties good against aggro is a little bit of a stretch. Like, when Casualties can be good against aggro, usually it's because you were winning that game anyways, in my experience. But it's definitely good against mid-range and control. I'm surprised y'all had the free time to watch The Witcher with two tiny people. When Christy and the kids went to visit my mother-in-law for a week and I did the streamathon, I watched through The Witcher in the evenings. Alright, so I think I want to take Jace out of play here. So I'm going to lead on Champion and then Banishing Light this. I think Sentinel's Eyes is very good in this archetype because it's a card that's good at constantly enabling these types of cards. These are cards that, while powerful, have a real danger of not being, you running out of enablers for them. Like there being a payoff without having anything else to do with it. So having cards like this that consistently enable them is very good. Once upon a time, Christy had a D&D night, and then, like, we moved and all other stuff, and her group fell apart. You know, life happens. Actually, let's play this so I can protect my creatures. We'll just leave one up here. Got our engine solidly going here, humming along. I don't remember what they played. I think it was 5e. I think. It's been a while. Last time I played D&D personally, we played 3.5. Which was like, you know, a decade ago. Three fives, the spreadsheet simulator. Get out of here. You kids in your newfangled editions. I think I want the Conqueror's Deaths here. They're probably a Cavalier Uro deck. Need 2 cuts. They didn't really seem like they had counter spells, huh? Maybe I just trimmed the Destiny Spinners. Is it possible I want Kemetra's Blessing? This card doesn't actually seem that good in this deck. I don't have that many enchant creatures. This might be a card we don't want in this sideboard. The last enchantment deck we played that was more aggressive, this card was very good, but it also played more enchant creatures. If you request a timeout, you do lose your sword when you get timed out. Do I want this card? They probably don't have enough instants and sorceries. Yeah. You do not gain shillings while timed out, that is correct. Sure. How does one earn a sword or the other badges? You get a mod sword in Hoaglandia when you have been here for 1 entire year. The different sub badges in chat change monthly, or change at certain time spans. So there's a 1 month badge, a 3 month, a 6 month, a 1 year, and then every year after that. That's true. If you donate a significant amount of money, I do give you a sword ahead of time. And if you have to ask how much, you probably can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just wait a year. Or be someone in the Magic community. April Twitters. Do you even tweet, bro? Do you even tweet? This can pick a land back up, right? I guess I just jam this. No, it's much more than a year's worth of subs to get a sword ahead of time. The sword, a year's worth of subs is not that much. Sick. We had an Archon here. Although we kind of need another land, huh? They have to exile 2 cards from their bin. I'm going to focus on exiling their spells because they're almost certainly a Cavalier deck. I think I just hang tight on these enchantments for post-Archon. Or maybe it's post-Champion even. Lantern's not playable anymore. They banned Mox Opal, chat. I was so sad. We can't play Lantern Control anymore. Just breaks my heart. Gadwick? So they're like playing Gadwick on top of playing Hydroid Crisis? Just like mono expels the draw cards. I think I'm gonna champion and draw some cards back here. Oh, you're right. They did have a Jace in their deck game 1, right? They could totally be on the self-made win plan. I think you're right. Using you as a substitute to get rid of the itch of wasting my wild cards before the format stabilizes. Thanks for the support, Similar. They have 3 removal spells here. We could be in trouble. Liliana's Triumph's interesting. They must be scared of Dream Trawler, huh? Hey, look, chat. I turned their 3-3 into a 3-3. And, like, our draws there were pretty bad, but, like, the fact that Champion just gave us so many means we're probably gonna pull through here, huh? Now, that looks like an elk to me, so everybody, just come and see. It's a +1, not a -3. I think it's bigger every time we do it too. Okay, let's see if they can kill this. They need to kill Life's Bounty here before they can kill the champion. What evasion-giving enchantments do we have in deck? Life's Bounty is an evasion-giving enchantment in a way. I would like to conquer Tamiyo in death. Wait, if Elspeth conquers Tamiyo, that's probably not Wizard-sanctioned lore then, right? Wizards isn't into Elspeth conquering Tamiyo. Feel like that would be a no-no from them. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I saved that for my loot account. I guess I want my...
Foolish mortals have unbalanced our world.
Oh gosh, I made a huge mistake here. So I should have Calix exiled this under Elspeth and then I'd get it back, right? Yeah, that's totally what should have happened. I messed that up. Yeah, I messed it up. Now they're gonna kill my Calix, so I'm not gonna get to do it next turn. It's a pretty big mistake. Yeah, should have. I realized when I saw this, I was like, oh wait, I can Calix onto a Saga. Like one of those oh wait moments. So his -3 lets you turn an enchantment into a Banishing Light. So when that enchantment leaves, they get their thing back. Gain 1 life for each creature card I exile here, huh? Thassa, Gadwick. Let's get rid of those. This is going to bring back Archon of Sun's Grace. +1/+1. So we'll say, exile you, put this here, which gives me back the Sentinel Eyes here too, which is great. A bunch of cards in my bin for this to work with. Because it's technically possible to want to put a 1/1 counter on a Planeswalker. Putting 1/1 counters on Planeswalkers is legal. I mean, like, this was a good turn for us, but, like, they do have 14 cards in their hand. So, like, it's definitely not as, like, 14, like, you know, 7 cards or whatever in their hands. It's definitely not that straightforward. Archon was very good here. And, like, Binding is going to give us back Champion, and it's going to pick back up an enchantment creature from my graveyard. We have 29 cards in our deck. They have 16 in theirs. That's the best way to put it. Wizards is pro money. That's how corporations work. For those that are new. Oh, they're killing my... That makes sense. Okay, so now I need to draw an enchantment. Great. That makes sense. Very possible I shouldn't have brought back both these eyes last turn, although then I'd be down a 2/2 if I had waited. We might just pressure them out of this game. Yeah, them killing that and giving us our Sentinel's Eyes back here, if they don't kill this champion, that's actually very reasonable for us, right? Like, these both are 1-mana cantrips here. Because they escape from the bin. Auras do stay on something they steal. However, the controller of those auras, the owner of those auras does still control them. Let's go! God, Theros was such a good set, chat. Like, as someone who was, like, super pessimistic about the possibility of Theros not doing anything, I am super happy that I was wrong. Like, this set was really good. It really did. Yeah, I agree, Varchild. Yeah, that's a good point. How many times did they cast Casualties of War this game and we're just like, don't mind me, it's gonna keep on keeping on. All right, what are you doing? I have Life's Bounty here. Even a board wipe doesn't really do it, right? Like, I have Binding and Conqueror's Death here to buy stuff back up. Like, there's only 8 cards left in their deck here, chat. We've basically decked them. Like, we've actually just, like, played through all of their stuff. That's true. They do have Jason. They're 75. They're just in the air. Okay, sick. It's a good start. Just finished working out. It's like a true American. I'm going to order pizza. Listen, I don't know about you, Punchworthy, but I go to the gym explicitly so I can eat like crap. I'm not going to the gym to get slimmer. I'm going to the gym to, like, maintain my weight while I continue to eat whatever I want. I'm married and have 2 kids, chat. I don't need to be thin. I just want to, like, not be morbidly obese. I want to be able to, like, do 2 flights of stairs from my basement to my bedroom and not feel like I'm gonna die. That's my gym goal. Life's Bounty is the real unsung hero this deck needed. It's a good middle ground between Eidolon having no protection and Enchantress having Shroud. Yeah, I agree. This card's just been really good in general. Huh? I think I bought him that. You're a vegetarian, there's worse stuff you could be eating. Listen, my buddy Mike can profess that I am, if there was a contest for the world's least healthy vegetarians, I would definitely be in the running. I'm what he lovingly refers to as a junketarian. Do y'all realize how many different things you can deep fry that don't involve meat? Because the answer is a lot. The answer is a lot. Taco Bell, thinking Taco Bell's that unhealthy. Oh, my sweet summer child. Is there no reason to go vegan if you're already vegetarian? Yeah, I love dairy. Dairy's great. I'm a vegetarian because I don't like the taste of meat. I do this really pushy thing where I just don't eat foods I don't like the taste of. I think we might be dying, chat. The big old Elky Innkeeper. Maybe playing the transformation on 2 was wrong. Yeah, we're only taking a hit for 4 here. And, like, Binding of the Titans is going to give us a land back. So this attack means Bone Crusher Giant. Like, next turn I get to go land, Destiny Spinner, Life's Bounty, hold up Life's Bounty activation. That's a good pickup. Okay. Yeah, kind of feels like we're in it to win it until they Ember Cleave us, huh? Like, don't get me wrong, we're gonna get cleaved at some point here. Like this turn right here, we're gonna get cleaved. Ohio, 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 Ohio. We don't have any good answers to Embercleave. Huh? I guess Flicker of Fate kinda does it. Does Flicker of Fate kinda does it? It like flicks the creature that they put it on, right? And gives us a chance to like Banishing Light or Calix it. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, can punish Bone Crusher. Destiny Spinner doesn't seem great. Board in 1 conquers death. Yeah, the Eidolon doesn't seem particularly good. I could see Brontodon being great. I do think Brontodon's a super playable card. Let's make that change after this match. Make a note for Thrashy Boy. Sweet. We're hoping to mill over a land there, because milling over a land means in 2 turns we get to get another land back. So hopefully we pick up a land next turn. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and elk the Edgewall Innkeeper here. I know it didn't work out last time, but we're doing it a little bit later this time through. Oh, Flicker Fate is kind of funny with Kenrith Transformation too. It's also pretty good with Banishing Light. You can like move the thing Banishing Light is on at instant speed, which is great. All right, I drew a land, so that means I just get to pick up Starfield here. Yeah, setting up a block on the Innkeeper and then flicking the transformation off it sounds potentially very good. Yeah, what's going on, Worky? Huh? About to get Bone Crusher Giant to just completely blown out. Nice. Escape rooms are fun. Excuse me? I didn't attack with the Vigilance creature because I missed it. Well, shoot. Yeah, I can flicker, I guess. I guess. I think we're pretty dead. Well, we're not dead on board. But we're dead to a lot. Yep. Both modes on Force Intervention killed us there. Unfortunate. Let's get some Thrashing Bees in the sideboard. Sounds good to a cleave. Yeah, we were dead to a red land too because they had the red castle. I feel like this card's not very good in this deck either. We just don't have that many enchant creatures. What any other anti-aggro cards we could play? It's a shame Baffling End rotated. Baffling End would be perfect in a deck like this. We'd really love that card. Does 22 land seem low? 22 is a little on the low side, isn't there? Oh, we could just play Birth. Yeah, I don't hate Birth. It was really impressive against the mid-range deck we played against to start. The enchantments are in here. We have 24. I'm not sure a Destiny Spinner and go up a land, I think. The Elk card's really good against bigger creatures. It's very good against things like Cavaliers. It's fine against Titans. Stuff like that. Cavalier's really the big one that jumps to mind, though. Do you have interest in or playing a commander? I do not. When I want to play more casual games, we usually play board games with friends. I don't really own that many Paper Magic the Gathering cards these days. No, Wargy, we were just adjusting our deck. Oh, Sky Tether's a good one. That's a good thought. I have a board game recommended. Is it board games? Might be board games. There we go. That tweet has some of my favorites in it. I actually have framework and some images of board games uploaded to my website, but just have not had time to sit down and actually put the pages together. That's so vomit-inducing. It kills our thing when... Oh, God. That's so gross. Wingspan. I think we demoed that at Gen Con. I've not played a full game, though. I'm gonna try and stick this before I kill this, so that way I can start making 2/2s. And you get an elk, and you get an elk. Everybody gets elks. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if they're not a Grey Merchant deck. We exiled, with these cards, it kind of implies to me they're more of an Aristocrats deck, which Shepherd seems like a fine inclusion in that archetype. Woe Strider could counter Kenrith's transformation if I put it on Woe Strider. If I put it on something that's not Woe Strider, that is correct. We're gonna elk that one first. Maybe it's wrong to leave them with an activation of this for the turn, but I have 2/2s, so like I'm not super worried about it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No blocks. Go to 16. Now I get to sack my 2/2 and a goat to eat my other 2/2. Hey, Soul, good evening. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to draw another castable enchantment there. Okay, that'll qualify. Again, this might be greedy. It might be right to just put this on here, even though they could sack it and deny me the card draw on the 2/2. Yeah, I agree, Shep. Happily wrong about what I expected this format to end up at. If we just run off some enchantments here, we're going to be in a great spot. Sure, but it counters, so that would get rid of the priest JPAS, but when they sack the priest in response, my enchantment doesn't enter play, so I don't draw a card and I don't get a 2/2. So basically the exchange I'm making there is I'm saying it's more important for me to draw a card and get a 2/2 than anything else. Now, the good news is all these Pegasi have lifelink, so, like, I get to gain a bunch here. Just, like, crack you back for 7. You go to 4, I go to 15. We've been playing this one for about 40 minutes, probably another half hour or so. An Abzan enchantment list could be viable. So we played what I called Black-White Calix. It's actually up on my website, and we're going to play it again tomorrow. That was it was basically a black-white deck splashing Calix. It's technically Abzan. I'm going to bring in Conquer's Death. I think, again, just trimming Destiny Spinner. Do I want Birth? Maybe I want Birth here. I'm bringing in a 5-drop too. It blocks okay. It's probably fine. Do I want this card, actually? Like, the protection is, like, okay, but it just dies to Mayhem Devil. Maybe I don't want that, and I do want Destiny Spinner because it's a 2-3. That seems fine, potentially. Let's try that. It also triggers Mayhem Devil when it gives protection. Yeah. Yeah, Birth's a super constructed playable card. And cards like Birth, I feel, highlight some of the great designs from Theros. Just because, like, they're cards that aren't, like, super pushed, but they're very playable. I think that card in particular does a good job of exemplifying what I really like about this set. See, I don't even know that it's not even worse Wall of Omens in all situations, right? Like there's a lot of times where that card is like better than Wall of Omens would be. Perfect. I think it would be greedy to keep that with these two cards that generate card advantage already, so I'm just gonna bottom that. This finds me my 3rd land, but I really want to curve up to 5 this game. Yeah, all the sagas trigger Mayhem Devil. I'm aware of that. Maybe I want some Devouring Lights in my sideboard. That could be possible. It's good on Squid Squad. I'm doing well. Yeah, I've only been live for 8.5 hours. We're fine. Doing just well. Land, please. Land, please, on this draw. Well, you know. There's a good chance that missing that draw means we're just going to lose too much tempo this game. We'll see. Hey, thanks for the tier 3 resub, K9. That's an absurd level of support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So they can sack these and like shoot my stuff and like Woe Strider and like Nightmare Shepherd it back. Like, it's not a good scene for the home team. Yeah, Nightmare Shepherd seems real good in their deck. I wonder if it's better than Rankle. Yeah, their whole engine is here. Probably just go to game 3. I think regardless of which game actions they take, we're probably going to be dead. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Let's run it back. Yeah, seems fine. How much play with the deck does it take for you to feel confident you're making good decisions with it? You can be confident you're making good decisions with the deck? Tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. Do 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 do. Ba da do do ba ba boo do ba ba boo do 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 do. Read. I guess they take my Conqueror's Death, which, like, doesn't really impact my early game engine here, which is nice. They took my Sentinel's Eye, so they want to disrupt my early game engine. So you feel like you don't know what you're doing with every deck, like, all the time? Yeah, pretty much. I play so many different things here, like. And the other thing, too, is, like, being comfortable with playing a deck isn't even just about the repetitions of playing your own deck a lot of the time, unless you're playing something super linear. A lot of the time, the devil's in the details about, like, the interactions of your deck with their deck. Please don't Mayhem Devil me. 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 Just play a Woe Strider. Just play a Woe Strider. Thank you. I appreciate you, opponent. So I think I hold on to the Conqueror's Death for now. That's a Calix. So playing Calix is resource efficient. However, pumping up the jam on the champion is good. I think I want to be resource efficient. They don't have that much pressure in play yet. Pat Linnett, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people you can ship that to every month. Thanks for sending it my way this month. Those who follow their destiny have nothing to fear from me. I think I take Binding here, because Binding is going to put cards in the bin to enable Sentinel's Eyes. Like, with this champion here, we're set up to draw 3 cards next turn. Just, like, go Binding, Eyes, Eyes. It's the Eye of the Sentinel, it's the Binding of the Titans, it's the Elspeth conquers the death. Do-do, be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, be-do-do-do. Yeah, I agree. Calix has been super impressive in the decks we played him in. Both the other green-white enchantment deck and the The Abzan one we played. I would just like to say, though, just to go off on a tangent here for a little bit, like, really sitting here looking at Calix, I feel like Wizards of the Coast is pushing unrealistic body standards for men. Between Oko and now this dude, can we get like a pudgy, like middle-aged, balding planeswalker to make me feel at home? Like that would just, you know, for me personally, that would really drive the, you know, making me feel welcome. Duretti's a goblin, right? Yeah, we need Edgewall Innkeeper the Planeswalker. There you go. Alright, so we're going to get rid of Starfield and Banishing Light here and cast this. Because the Archon's going to pop back up with this in a minute. I didn't use Calix yet either. That's so good. Should have used him first. That's a Banishing Light. If I just banish their oven, right? Then they don't get free blocks anymore. Would you change to the avatar of said chubby planeswalker or snap it off? Not close. I wish more planeswalkers were parents, period. I think that's actually a good observation. That's something they could work on a little bit more as far as their representation goes in the game. I don't think I really need to defend this, huh? I think I just smash. If Calix takes a hit for like 4 or 5 next turn, that's not a big deal. We know Teferi and Angrath are dead. Yeah, Teferi's daughter was a card at one point, right? And like the Teferi deck. Rules question, they can't declare a blocker and then trigger the sack mechanic and then declare the 3/2. Correct, Buba. You have to declare all of your blockers at the exact same time. Feels like we're in a pretty good spot here. Got a lot of different engines going here. This green-white enchantments archetype seems really deep. I hope someone figures it out. Like the aggro build we played earlier in the week felt really good. This build feels very reasonable. There's a lot to be doing with these cards. Okay, feeling less good. Wait, you're hitting my face? Yes, you have hit my face. You're letting me draw more cards with Sentinel's eyes. Oh, opponent, I take back all those bad things I said about you. You're great. I get to gain 2 life off of this. Well, so if I try and exile the cats, they can bring one of them back in response, which isn't great for me. I think I'm supposed to insulate myself against other active treason as much as possible. So I think I'm supposed to just play a bunch of creatures this turn. I think we tuck that, and then I Fabled Passage, Starfield Mystic, Champion, and then Sentinel's Eyes flashback, because Fabled Passage gives me an extra card to escape with. Yeah, Sentinel's Eyes has been, like, a really key piece of making this deck work. They've not played the black enchantment removal yet, but we've also just had, like, enchantments that insulate us so far every game. Next turn, Binding's gonna pick back up Archon, and we'll go Archon, Destiny Spinner, make a 2/2. I think we're in garbage time. They only have one card left. I feel like if we lose this game, we probably had to throw it away in some way. Yes, actual factual pacifism, I believe, is legal. Trapped in a Tower is also legal, and it wipes abilities off a card. Brr. Birth is really good here. I wonder if this deck just wants some Birth in the main. I don't know that I want to cut all the Kenrith transformations, but some of them could probably go. Are there any other good cantripping enchantments to help restart the engine? I feel like you could just play more Calix if you wanted more of that type of effect. It's definitely a possibility. Good. It could also be right to have more of this effect in the board. How do we beat sweepers? I mean, like, do you see my handful of cards? What are they gonna do? Sweep my board and then I still have a Planeswalker and 7 cards in my hand? What's their out here? They could, like, they could control magic and then fling my guy at me. Five messages left. Working them down, Jeslet. What are we playing around by not minusing 3 in their blocker? And they're just not dead because they have a cat. Clothis, show me my path. I kind of want to see us get active treason plus fling down. You're a monster. Stop it. Yeah, I think Calix is the answer to that, Buda. Also, like, the other part of it is, like, people are so focused on how does your deck beat everything. Not every deck beats everything, chat. Sometimes they just play their sweeper on 4 and you die and your deck can't recover from it. Like, that's okay. It doesn't mean your deck's unplayable. It's just like how Magic works sometimes. I want an extra Calix on the board for the grindy matchups. I'm not convinced that this card is good. Like, what are the odds this card is better than Calix? I feel like the odds are pretty low. I'm gonna go Calix 3/4 in the board along with 1 web. Put a couple of Birth in the main. Destroys Alliance. Yeah, I mean, like, I know we've played the Alliance deck and it's been sweet, but it's not really something a lot of people are doing. Sure. The Spider would be good against control decks that have a lot of instants and sorceries in them. Perfect. Good against Feather. Sure, that's a different format though, right? I think I'm actually just gonna pass here because I don't want to play this and get it like Deafening Clarioned. Johnny's Welcome is not a constructed playable card. Don't play bad cards to make your good cards better. Jeff's pro tip number 1, don't play bad cards to make your good cards better. Instead, play more good cards and then your deck will be great. That's a sweet draw. Do I like Archon into this? Really good against red aggro. That archetype's not very popular. And describing your 4-mana card that can just eat a removal spell and die is good against red aggro, I think is ambitious. Oh, they might have Shatter. Yeah, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about it. They did plus the Teferi, right? Yeah, they could have had Shatter there. That's a good thought. That definitely wasn't something on my radar. And Bone Crusher Giant to finish off the Archon here. Glad we played around Clarion with this, huh?
Foolish mortals have unbalanced our world. The stars will light our way.
In. Yeah, what's going on, Grey Wolf? Gets us right at the tail end. Almost done for the day. You have a little baby Kenrith. Sure. This is a concession, I guess. Yeah, champion kills people real fast. This deck's been great. I think this is probably a deck of the day. Brontodon sounds good. Couple extra Calix sounds good. Destiny Spinner's probably fine. Got a good range of stuff. I don't know that I want the rest of this. Click submit. Why are Rakdos sacrifice stacks no longer running 3-mana Chandra? I don't know what people you're looking at, but there's still 3-mana Chandra in the Rakdos sacrifice deck on my website. People were cutting that card last season too, and I agree that cutting 3-mana Chandra from the Rakdos deck is not great. I think it's very powerful. Any thoughts if a deck like this could work in Pioneer? Yeah, we played green-white enchantments before Calix existed. And there's actually a Calix build around pretty close to the top of the queue, as well as specifically a green-white enchantments deck in the Pioneer queue. So, we're going to be getting back to those things when time allows. My take is that's wrong. As always, for what archetypes I maintain, you can always find my preferred list on my website. Chandra does not work with Midnight Reaper. So that is something to note. But I think that anti-synergy is fine. I decided I didn't need to update the lands impromptu. Thought about it some more and decided against it. Nah, I think they were wrong then too, Wargy. I think it's always been wrong to cut her. A couple different things I could do this turn. I could just play this and plus it and let it take a hit for 4. I could also play the champion. I think I want to just cut this off. Maybe make them stumble on their land drop here. Not interested in Mystic and a Banishing Light. That's the ideal play. Forgot this made it cheaper. You're right. This would have used all my mana. There's no reason not to play this there. Thank you for pointing that out. Chandra was actually really good with Once Upon a Time. So if I sack this, I effectively kill their Bone Crusher Giant, but then they don't have to play a second card on it, so I think I just let it happen. Erebos. Yeah, it does. Chandra does work with Erebos. That's definitely true. Which I haven't tried Erebos and Aristocrats yet. That's another deck where, like, the amount of different ways that you can build it with new things from Theros is high. That's true. I was when I didn't play the Starfield Mystic, I was actually just on the next level. Just Galaxy Brain playing around it. My Calix about to die to a Cavalier. That's super unfortunate. Okay, they're out of gas, kinda. They still have Castle Mantras. Alright, so next turn I get to go champion into Banishing Light, with the question being, what do I want to exile? I think there's a chance I want to exile Fires. I think I want to exile Fires. I'm still at 20. I could take a couple of hits from this, and I have chump blockers here too. Yeah, the fires with Castellan is really scary. Magic's a low variance game, percentage plays, etc., etc. Alright, untapped green. Untapped green. Perfect. If they castle here, they can't, Yeah, I agree. Agree with that. Destiny Spinner might have relevant text here, huh? Target land becomes an elemental where X is the number of enchantments you control. That's lethal if they find an untapped land. So pretty likely to be dead. Alright, we'll take game 3 on the play. I feel like I'm happy with my play here. Was a close game. Yeah, Invictus, I'm gonna reach out to the dev for that tonight. And if they don't respond to me within the next few days, I'm actually gonna fork their project and put up my own extension, I think. Because their project's fully open source, so I can just do that. I think I'm happy with how we board it. Let's just run it back. Yeah, Scry 2's a lot of Scry. We know if you need Scryfall. Yeah, ideally we'll just do that. I don't know what, I haven't looked at, so his thing's open source. I don't know what the server backend looks like. What's up, tiny man? Come say hi.
Daddy, when you're not done working.
How was school today?
When you're done working.
I've got a bit more work to do, and then I have to work a little bit more after I'm done streaming too.
So you can't play with me still?
We'll play games tomorrow morning, okay? Dad's starting late tomorrow.
No, please.
Why are your pants wet?
Oh yeah, cause water got spilled at school.
Oh, water got spilled at school?
Out in the circle, and I got wet and I went on it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a good reason. Calix has been great in basically everything we've played him in, yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
you need one of these mats here.
I do need a map for the middle. You're probably right. Love you, dude. Close the door behind you.
Wait, you know what? Wait, you say it all the time, close the door because I get your heat out here.
Correct. If you don't close the door, you let all my heat escape. Nah, that's about right, Buba, for a, that's about right for a deck, card that's not going to be played as a 4-of. Well, wasn't the white source I wanted from Christmas. We're making strides. The little one actually closed the door when requested. You know, baby steps.
I am blessed by Nyx.
Okay, well, we don't have a white source to actually make inroads towards pressuring them, but... Alright, chat, here's a real question. How many eggs can I put in this basket right here? I feel like the answer is this basket can hold a lot of eggs, right? Anybody else feel like this is a basket capable of a lot of eggs? Need to get some cards going here so I can hit some more land drops, ideally. Yeah, what's a 3-mana Teferi, really? Never heard of that card. If I would have hit a land with this can protect enchantments.
Stand by and watch. That's more like it.
We knew the risks going in, chat. We knew the risks going in. Peak magic is adding a land to your deck and then stumbling and dying. There's eggs all over the floor. This worked out really well last time, so I want to do it again.
Punishment befitting of the crime.
You're sad? I'm not sad. Modern blows. Maybe I'm supposed to send this a Teferi too. Maybe. They have an instant speed sweeper next turn. I'm pretty annoyed.
Might be a bad idea.
Hopefully they just like play some creatures out here and I get to put down some Banishing Lights. Hopefully they just like play a 5-drop here. Would be our ideal happenings. Horizons broke it for me, April. Like, the last deck I enjoyed playing in Modern was Elves, and Horizons just destroyed that deck, just made it completely unplayable. They probably have Shatter or Time Wipe, yeah. I think we took too long to hit our land drops here. We're just not going to be able to recover. Alright, so got a Banishing Light Teferi, right? Can't let him unlock his friends. Yeah, I agree. The turn I sent just the 1/1 at Teferi, that ended up being a mistake.
Right on schedule. Don't worry, I got you.
Oh no. Oh no, not our carefully constructed house of cards, chat. It's coming tumbling down around us. Oh no, oh no. I tried so hard and got so far, But in the end, it doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna fire my basket maker. We had a long chat and we decided they're really just not up for the job anymore. We need more smaller baskets, okay? Okay. Yep. So if I draw like a champion this turn, we have a shot, but outside of hitting another card advantage engine, I think this game is pretty done. Get a Calix maybe, I suppose, too, could be okay. Alright, if they don't have another sweeper, we could maybe power through with the Archon. Maybe they just have a bunch of bricks in their hand, chat. Maybe the person who's drawn like 18 extra cards with Blue Cavaliers this game just doesn't have any action. Yeah, I mean, play like they don't have it is the only option, right? Alright, that's a bit of a rough one to go out on. It's a bit of a rough one to go out on. Was a good example of the ladder system on Arena being kind of poopy though. Like, if we cared about our rank, not playing was definitely correct because we slid. I think we won about as much as we lost and we still slid. God, this card draws so many cards. I feel like... I think I liked this build that was more aggressively slanted better than this more mid-rangey build, I think. Archon's really good and Calix is really good, but I feel like Champion is better suited for running people down than for like necessarily just being an engine. And I feel like if I want to leverage Calix, I'm excited to like get back to this build that's a little bit more controlling overall. So we're gonna get back to this build over the weekend. Excited to see how this build fares when we play it through for the second time. This build felt okay. I think if you really liked what this deck is doing, it was fine, but I think I'd rather push in one of the two extremes, basically like play the more controlling interactive build that's black-white splashing Calix, or play the more aggressive build that's like trying to get people with all that glitters while protecting with Commentra's Blessing here. Ink Druid's better than the Enchanter from the aggro one. I have no idea. The Griffin was good in the games that we played. Having evasive threats for your glitters was super relevant. Paradise Druid is almost certainly worth testing, but without actually getting games in, I definitely don't know. At any rate, that's to be it for me for today, folks. We've been live for about 9.5 hours. Remember to check out my website and my YouTube channel if you want a lot more from me. If you didn't see us play this aggro build, that's up in both of those places now. I plan to be back tomorrow morning about 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be live on Sunday this weekend, too. Exactly how long I plan to stream for on both days is going to be dictated by what viewer count looks like. If it's just about average, I'm going to just do a shorter streams. If we break 2,000 people like we have a bunch of times this week, I plan to go longer again. So, flexibility on that. As always, thanks everyone for the support. Welcome to subs and new subs. I'm going to hit one ad roll on the way out the door, so if you're not a sub, hanging out for that. It's a great way to support the content. And,